David Sealer back into your Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And Dalek Universe comes out this month from Big Finish. I am so freaking excited for this. I'm more excited for this than I am for the Christopher Eccleston box set that's coming out next month. And all the buzz seems to be about Christopher Eccleston. Listen, I'm excited for that too. I really am genuinely excited for this. This looks freaking awesome. This is old school Daleks. I think it's a sequel to Dalek Empire, one of the earlier Big Finish releases, which was just fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And also David Tennant's in it, and there's a bonus release as well with a Tom Baker Leela Dalek story. I am so psyched. So anyway, we're going to be previewing this. We're going to be reading the preview article in last month's Doctor Who magazine. Doctor Who magazine not doing so well, really, I think because they spent a lot of time being quite obnoxious to a lot of the audience, really, but it's not doing so well. So we're reading the article. If you would consider buying a copy digitally, whatever, that'll be great. If not, well, I've read it, so you don't have to. Before we get into it, hit the like button, that's fantastic. Hit the share button, even more fantastic. And the most fantastic of all is of course the subscribe button. I like the subscribe button a lot. The subscribe button is very good. Hit the subscribe button. If you're subscribed, please make sure you still subscribe. YouTube daily. Now daily tries to take subscribers off me. I just got over 2,900 subscribers, but it keeps going. I'm back down to 2,900 again now. So if you can hit the subscribe button, that'd be great. This is what us independent content creators need you to do here on YouTube. So, so if you can do that, that'll be really, really helpful. If you want to be super, super, super fantastic, go check out my Indiegogo. It's closing in a week. I'm wrapping this up in a week so I can launch my next one, which I'm really excited about. If you're a Doctor Who fan, you're probably going to like this. 2 freaking awesome graphic novels. And if you buy both of them, you get a bunch of extras. You get a series of art cards I call for the male gaze. So we got they're all based on my 12-year-old masturbatory fantasies. Still work pretty well today, quite frankly, I have to tell you. So we got they're all genre related. We have Keeping the British End Up. We have Party Like It's 1999. We have Don't Even Think It's Citizen. I think it quite a lot. Judge Anderson. No hanky panky in the TARDIS. Are you crazy? There's a lot of hanky panky going on in my TARDIS, baby. I like how we got a very, very screen accurate rendition here. Oh no, hanky panky in the TARDIS. Then we did quite well. So we had his extra card. We had I'm Sensing Strong Emotions, Captain. And now we've recently added another one, which I freaking love. I absolutely adore this card. It is called The Force is Female. This gets a zoom in because it's so freaking awesome. I'm Princess Leia, looking as good as probably better than she's ever done before. So you get all those cards. If we do well, we'll make more. If we hit 8 grand, we're coming up to 7 grand right now on the campaign. Everybody gets his poster. This A2 poster. It's 18 by 24. We have this one, an add-on. And we have this one called Great Balls of Fire. I am thinking of doing another one with the Tom Baker in the 1970s TARDIS, but as he is now. But if you saw Sharda, they had a really lovely scene at the end where you had Tom Baker had been just aged, and he's basically Tom Baker as he is now, laughing in the TARDIS. So I will do him and Liz Sladen, Sarah Jane Smith. Also older, because I have this wonderful idea that somewhere there's Sarah never left the TARDIS and so never got dropped. So they've been adventuring with the Doctor, ever since the Doctor grew old with her, because he would feel it's rude not to, because that's the Doctor. So anyway, so I might do that. I think we'll call it Forever Young, right? I might do that post. If you listen, comment, let me know. The YouTube algorithm likes comments. Let me know if you want me to do it. I will put that together for you. All right, so let's look at this Dalek Protocol. Firstly, this cover is just so exciting. So we're going to be previewing this and also Dalek Universe. Let's zoom in. We can read it. A bit zoomed in a bit too much, but let's have a look. For Big Finish, executive producer, and where'd it go? Come back. I got to zoom out a bit, I think. There, let's try that. For Big Finish executive producer and Dalek voice actor and prolific writer, Nick Briggs, the 1974 serial Death of the Daleks is a classic. Kind of for me too, which is kind of, I think, why I like Nick Briggs. We disagree on everything apart from sci-fi. Will you agree completely? Yeah, that used to be the great part of fandom, right? The wonderful thing in fandom where we could have really major life disagreements, but then we come together and we have a drink together and we talk about how much we love Doctor Who, because we all love Doctor Who. It's largely because of the age. The age when it was on, he said I was 12. Yeah, I hear that. Peak Doctor Who fan time. You're just starting to grow up, and if you're still devoted to Doctor Who at this age, there's a good chance you're going to stick with it all your life. That's very true. It's a great story too. Sort of like a movie. A great gimmick, ancient power draining device that disadvantages humans and Daleks alike, and they quest together to find a cure for a deadly disease. What's not to like? Nick, you're saying good, mate. Everything you're saying, you're 100% right. Nick's latest Fourth Doctor audio drama, The Dalek Protocol, is a direct sequel. I'm excited already, okay? I'm excited already. It's not the first time that they've been back to the planet of the Exelons. The Dalek is a direct sequel. This script begins with the same setting, the planet Exelon, but many years later, says Nick. The remnants of the city are very much there, but humans exploiting the planet to get the paranium that they need to save the galaxy from the space plague has had a cost. Okay, and see, this is the way that you do that you express your political outlook in a story, right? You use it as the you basically you generate a story from your ideas, and your ideas are generated by your worldview, right? So it's like, man, people are going to be mining this stuff, that science going to go down, and yes, we're going to get Nick Briggs' political outlook, which again I completely differ with, but because he understands what he's doing and he understands that story is king. Story is king, just like Malcolm Hugh. Complete, real socialist. Story was king. Made great stories, and because they made great stories, they made me think about the points they wanted me to think about. Right? It's not like I'm like, but they brought up interesting points in an interesting way. Plus, had Daleks. And as it happens so many times in human history, the indigenous. There you go. The indigenous population is suffering because of the single mindedness of the so-called developed civilization. Yeah, okay. Again, I think he's pretty. Again, if you pick out something that's actually kind of truthful, you're on a bit of a winner. It features one character from Death of the Daleks, Balao, who's now much older. He was the Exelon, wasn't he? Who's now much older and finds it hard to understand that the Doctor doesn't look the same. But there's a kind of espionage-style story going on there with Mark 7, the Space Security Service android. Yes, this is why I'm psyched about Dalek Universe, right? It's because it is super, super old-school Daleks. It's super old-school Daleks. So you get like Mark 7. You basically get that the Dalek TV show that never happened, and the Space Security Service. It's essentially the Dalek Annual from 1964, 63, 60, probably 64, 65, right? The Dalek Annual from 1965, say 65, and modern storytelling's Anton Baker. It sounds like a winner to me. Whoop, there you go. Let me zoom out a little bit so I can see. There we go. But there's a kind of espionage story with Mark 7, the Space Security Service android agent, involved in something, and there's the added layer of Anya Kingdom being involved. So we get more of the Kingdom family, and she's meeting the Doctor at the wrong point in his timeline. Of course, the main threat is the Daleks, and their aim is very connected to what they were up to in Death of the Daleks. I can't remember what they were up to in Death of the Daleks. Just they kind of crashed there. So it's very much its own story and can be listened to in isolation. But you get so much more if you've seen Death of the Daleks. I guess I'm watching Death of the Daleks tonight then, right? But I guess that's going to happen. Like below, Mark 7, Anya Kingdom. Well, Anya Kingdom, I believe, is played by Jane Slavin. Jane Slavin was from roughly the same time zone. Was a companion of the Fourth Doctor in a couple of box sets ago. It was really good. It was again, that was a direct sequel to the Dalek Master Plan. Man, jumping around everywhere. Okay, fine. I'll just hold it there. Yeah, sorry. They're about to in the guise of 1970s author Ann Kelso. Oh, well, let's go back. It's the same character then. Like below, Mark 7 Anya Kingdom, both are established characters. Mark was a regular in the Dalek annuals of the 6th and 7th, Anya in the guise of 1970s police officer Ann Kelso. Right, okay, she was the full stocks companion throughout the Syndicate Master Plan in 2019. Really good. 2 box sets I really recommend. Big Finish, they really just need to be doing a streaming service. $2.99 a month, right? $2.99 a month. And you get 30 titles, and you basically release 7 a week, and you could do 1 a day, and yet where you could control the conversation. And $2.99 a month, it gets through that like people can't get into their sea of of content. I was just going through it last night on my live stream, and it's a sea of content. I think, and $2.99 a month, I reckon you could get 5,000 subscribers. 5,000 subscribers. That's that's what, 36. Each subscriber is paying $36 a year, or £36 a year. 36,000 a year without blinking, without putting any money into serious infrastructure. You want to do it for free without putting any money in infrastructure? Do it on YouTube. Do it. Make your YouTube channel a paid channel, like £3 a month, and you stream it through YouTube. You put them up on YouTube and take them down. There you go. You're welcome, Big Finish. The reels that Ann Kelso was actually Anya Kingdom was really compelling, and Jane Slavin works extremely well with Tom Sisnick. So we're and again, if I zoom out, maybe it'll stop moving around. So there was an excellent so there are excellent character reasons for bringing back, but also logistical reasons too. Jane makes Tom very, very happy, so it's always good to have around. I hear what you're saying, mate. Making Tom happy is probably something that you very much want to do. So it's always good to have around. She's one of the finest actors I've ever worked with, and her vocal dexterity is breathtaking. Again, those box sets were freaking awesome. The Jane Kelso ones, really recommend it. They kind of spoiled the ending a bit now, but I guess they're still worth listening to. Also, John Culture's in it and doing a really good job. The Annual Dalek Syndicate has already experienced the Syndicate Master Plan, but for the Doctor, it's still to come. So that's interesting. So this is pre-Tom Baker's Doctor, when Tom Baker's Doctor had her as a companion. What does that mean for her role in the story? She's kind of a manipulative event that Nick explains. She's very careful not to mess up the Doctor's timeline for him, and which creates all kinds of interesting twists. The Dalek Protocol was originally written for a future season of the Fourth Doctor Adventures, but its release was brought forward to coincide with the launch of Dalek Universe, with Mark and Anya becoming the 10th Doctor companions. It will add a basis from which to launch the involvement of Mark and Anya. So the Dalek Universe was partially created to exploit the strength of those characters, but it was always meant to be a Dalek Protocol follow-up. It's just that we got just as we got nearer to finish Dalek Universe recording, it was obvious that they should be more intrinsically linked. So so the first episode of this is available for free. I'm looking forward to it. Again, if I had time, I'm going to download the first episode today and listen to it. It looks really good. Again, old school. Let's zoom in on this for a second so we can see everything they're getting right. Old school Daleks. You got the Dalek. Was it Saucer Commander there? Exelons, City Exelons. Bit Alila, K-Knight, Dalek in Flames. Nothing says Death of the Daleks than a Dalek in Flames like that. I'm really excited for that. So this works as a prequel for this, which I am so freaking excited about. Dalek Universe. Again, I think this is somewhat of a sequel to Dalek Empire. And I've been wanting to continue for, and then putting it together with David Tennant's Doctor. Yes, and they're separated from the TARDIS in it. I'm very excited. So let's read this. What it's got to say, and we see it's written by. Always look at the writers to know if things are going. John Dorney, excellent. Okay, he's normally excellent. Andrew Smith, very good. Writers you can rely on. If it's a writer's name you don't recognize, go and see what else they've done. If it's a first time writer and they're from the protected stack, and I hate to say it, think twice. Think twice, because we've had some really bad releases that fit that fit that mold completely. So fine, let's read this. The 10th Doctor is back for a new 9-episode series which will reunite him with the Movellans. Whoa, I love Movellans. One of my favourite parts of Capaldi's reign, the entire Capaldi run, was that like 10 seconds you saw Movellans in the pilot. Was it season 10, episode 1? Oh my god, it was so freaking good. The more and more I think about it, the more and more gutted I am we don't have more Capaldi. I hope Big Finish gets them eventually, because I want another 12, 13, 24 episodes of Capaldi, because there's a lot that he needed to do, and he's a great doctor. He was perhaps one of the most doctorish doctors. Anyway, so Movellans are back, Mechanoids, Davros and Daleks. It sounds awesome, right? I'm just excited by it right now. And also, briefly, the invisible 8-foot-tall monsters from the two 1965 episodes of the Dalek Master Plan. I don't remember those. Okay. I think everybody thought I was mad wanting to bring the Visions back, saying script editor John Dorney laughing. I tweeted about it that I just written a particularly baffling combination of a doctor and a monster, and people were guessing all these things that were considerably less insane than the 10th Doctor meeting a one-off monster that's mainly from a missing episode, and felt like, but it felt like it was right for this. This is why I'm psyched about this, but a box set. Again, they're cheaper if you buy them before they come out. I strong recommend. I normally don't recommend things before I hear them. I'm going to be really surprised if they screw this one up. I think they got the sales data from last year where they did. The main range just kind of fell off a cliff. They just really forgot about it. It was really tragic. The main range has so much great things in it. They should have made, if they're wrapping it up, which I think they're right to wrap up, if they're wrapping it up, they should have made it a celebration of the main range. They should have made it like a, maybe do a whole year arc with Charlie Pollard going through the whole thing. Revisit all the, revisit Aaron M, revisit the Galilari Clutch, revisit all these great things that they brought to Doctor Who lore. Instead, we just got, I think, throwaway, mediocre, and bad releases. It was a real disappointment. Full of bars from us, including two new companions returning from the prologue of the Dalek Protocol, Mark 7, prologue Dalek Protocol, Mark 7 and Anya Kingdom. There's something very distinct about the Space Security Service, which is the organization that Mark and Anya both represent, says John. It felt like it had to sit in a very particular kind and a very particular kind of story, and a very particular kind of universe. Yes, and I'm psyched to hear this universe, right? If you haven't seen the trailer, awesome, just absolutely awesome. I was coming out with various ideas, and none of them were really feeling right to me. So they all seem wrong for the SSS, which is a bit James Bond in space. I wanted to have that kind of vibe. So where the Visions come in, they're very much a background monster and not the main threat. John clarifies. I wanted to feel. Let me just zoom out. I wanted to do that. There we go. I wanted to have the feeling. There we go. Still zoom out a bit more. It's going to bounce again. Visions go out there. I want to have the feel that Anya and Mark are very much on a mission. Anya and Mark are on a mission that was already ongoing. A sort of pre-title sequence from Bond movie. Yes. Freaking awesome! That's awesome! I'm up for that. I'm so up for that. The Doctor is, of course, still a little bit reserved and a little bit testy about his relationship with Anya. Yeah, he was mad that Anya turned out not to be the person he was. But still, remembering like 6 lives later, I would have thought he'd let it go by then. The last time they met, she tried to kill him, so they're not necessarily going to be getting on right from the get-go. Oh, God. I think I've got to listen to a bunch of stuff again to catch me up here. There's also he's also got a mildly tested relationship with Mark 7. So the new companions have everything to play for with regards to the Doctor. And crikey, they were fun to write. It was nice to tease out those. What you're teasing, baby? Those different colors, because there's an interesting underlying anger about the 10th Doctor. He can be very personal and friendly to something darker. Yeah, that's a very perceptive take on the 10th Doctor. I do agree with it. The series takes place in the pre-Time War universe. It's a bit scary for the Doctor, says John. It's obviously a huge carrot dangled in front of him, if he wants to be, of reconnecting with people from his past. But that's a potentially dangerous thing to do. And the Daleks are around, though I would say their presence in the first set is limited. That's a bit of a bum. Listen, if you get mechanoids and everything else, I'm thinking I'm up for it anyway. So yeah, it's a slur. Wow. So is it really okay? No. Stay. Yeah, I'm gonna go zoom out and on. Do this one more. Wow, they're putting out an audiobook of Time Flight. God, who's reading that? That was awful. I mean, I can't imagine the book was any worse than the TV show, but that was a really bad episode. Gemma Wheeler's in it. Wow, I like Gemma Wheeler. And the Daleks around, so they're limited in the first set, because it's a set of unusual circumstances. I think he's separated from his TARDIS in this whole 9 episode series. For him, so that's hopefully going to bring out some interesting new sides of personality. Yeah, I guess. April's Dalek Universe 1 contains the series' first 3 episodes, Buying Time and the Wrong Woman by John, and The House of Kingdom by Andrew Smith. Cliffhangers will link each volume and many of the individual episodes to the next. Oh, so it's got that very like William Hartnell-esque feel to it. I'm really up for all of this. I'm so excited. I think I've been saying that all the way through this video. The scope of it is not something we've really had a chance to do with the 10th Doctor before. Yeah, that's a good, very good point. Yeah, the thing I haven't liked about the 10th Doctor releases is they've all been kind of throwaway stories. They've all been like just missable, right? It's nice to hear them again, but there's no like real meat with them. I'm glad they're doing a 9-part story. I'm glad they're doing a 3-part story in this box set. And we're only able to do standalone box sets of 3 stories that don't really connect. So the idea is being able to do an actual season with a beginning, middle, and end, and that was really thrilling. I'm really thrilled. Okay, you know how really thrilling is? I'm really thrilled. I was aiming to make it as Russell Lee Davies as possible. Yes, I wanted a bit of a showstopper. I wanted to feel as if it was event television and something you could potentially sit down and binge listen. Listen, looks fantastic. It looks fantastic. Look at it again, fantastic cover. Just tells you everything you can possibly want to know about it. I am psyched. Because I'm a massive Doctor Who fan. It's not really confusing that I'm psyched because it looks freaking awesome. So there you go, Dalek Protocol. The first episode of Dalek Protocol is free. Dalek Universe coming out this month. I hope it lives up. I hope it lives up to my expectations, which are high. Which are high. I think it will. My name's Stephen Beckett, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.